Now on this channel, you'll probably know that we love vintage Bang & Olufsen record players. In fact, my day job is making the cables that connect Bang & Olufsen's £55,000 turntable, the B&O System 7223. However, people have mentioned to me when I've reviewed that system on the channel that that isn't for everyone. The price makes it quite exclusive. So I thought today we'd look at the opposite end of that scale. What if you wanted a Bang & Olufsen record player, you didn't quite have £55,000, instead you've got £45. So that's what I've done here. I've found for you the cheapest Bang & Olufsen Beogram turntable for sale anywhere on eBay UK. I bought it sight unseen. Shall we find out just how bad this is? And more to the point, can we get it playing? Come and join me, let's find out. So, are you ready? Let's take the cover off, let's see what that £45 has bought us. This is a wonderful 1985 Bang & Olufsen Beogram 2000. We don't know if it works, and I must add at this point, I'm not a repairer. So the big caveat with this video is, please don't add comments saying, will you tell me how to repair my Bang & Olufsen? No, I won't, I'm sorry. But here, I will tell you who to go to. In every other situation where I've got Bang & Olufsen products that aren't working, I go to either AVA Services or Multicare, and I'll put both their websites up on screen now. They're the people to go to if you need repair advice or spare parts or anything involved with B&O repairs. I make cables. If you need cables, I can help with that. So, with that caveat aside, let's tell you a little bit more about it and see what state it's in. So, back in the mid-1980s, when this was brand new, this lovely Beogram would have cost you in the UK £139. Since then it's lost 2/3 of its value, and it was bought as not working or for spares. At that point, I didn't know if it came with a cartridge. It would have originally had the MMC4 or MMC5 cartridge in, but sadly that's not with it anymore. So, overall, first impressions, well, a few scuffs and scrapes on the lid, but I think they'll polish out. The lid is intact and working. The hinges are working properly, which is a thing that is unusual. These turntables look wonderfully solid with the aluminium platter and sides, but they unfortunately in this period have some plastic parts which let them down, not least of which are the hinges and hinge mechanism on the lid, and also some parts inside. So, what's so special about it? Well, to be honest, as a teenager, I was lucky enough to attend the UK launch of this turntable. I would have been about 12 years old at the time with my family, and I've wanted one ever since. So, the Beogram 2000 and the almost identical Beogram 5000, which came in the B&O System 5000, were the only radial tracking turntables with a pivoting arm that had remote control, as far as I know, anywhere in Bang & Olufsen's history. The only difference between this 2000 model and the 5000 was the 5000 had a little light inside the lid that would light up when the lid was opened. They were both based on the previous Beogram 1800, which was a decent record player, good quality, but again had the same issues with plastic parts inside. And again with the aluminium, I think this will clean up fairly well. And oh, okay, right, now I don't know if this shows on camera, but I found something. Just noticed there's something sticking out of the gap where the tone arm mounts, which I don't think should be there. So let's just pop the camera in a bit closer and let's find out what's happened here. No wonder, this is enough to stop any record player working. Ah, Well, I never. I hope this shows on camera. This is a very nice, but badly placed stylus brush. In fact, it's even got a little Bang & Olufsen logo on the back. That was jammed in the tone arm mechanism. Well, that alone is probably a good reason why this wouldn't be working. So let's set that aside. Do you think we'll be lucky and that will be the only thing wrong? Somehow I doubt it, but let's see what else we've got. So, one thing I did notice when I collected this is it's got a European plug fitted, which appears to be original. So I'm hoping that that means this probably hasn't been used since it was almost new. Somebody's brought it from Europe, and maybe since it's been in the UK it's not been used. So we've got a UK adapter plug with the correct 3 amp fuse. Pop that in and we'll power it up. Now, one thing we will need to do is to pop a record on, because there's actually a weight sensor on these turntables that will detect if there's no record and will stop the selector from working. So I have a very old and worthless record which I can pop on there to let the turntable know that it's all working. And because I'm at this stage, I'm not going to risk what would be quite a high value MMC cartridge on here in case things aren't working right. So I'm just pop a little bit of blue tack sticky adhesive on there, just temporarily to give a bit of weight and make the turntable work as it would with the weight of a cartridge on. Oh, okay. Well, it turns, but at the moment, there we go. The arm drops, and if we were to move that to the end of the record, it lifts and it returns, but it doesn't come all the way back. Wow, so we've actually got a decent starting point here. So I think what we'll do here, rather than taking this to a repairer, which would be my normal course of action, in a few days' time I'm actually going to visit the B&O Friends, which, if you've not heard of them, they're a group of friends in the Netherlands who are all Bang & Olufsen enthusiasts. And twice a year they meet up at a leisure centre near Utrecht to repair each other's Bang & Olufsen products. They very kindly invited me to come and join them, and whilst it's probably not realistic for me to bring this Beogram with me on the Eurostar train, I think we could probably see if they've got something similar in their own B&O repertoire that we can watch them repairing and possibly learn from and use as an example here. So I'll pause at this stage, and you'll join me again over at Utrecht in the Netherlands, and let's see what the Bang & Olufsen B&O Friends can offer to help us get this working. But I've had a few evenings back in the workshop since I arrived back from visiting the B&O friends in the Netherlands, and I must say I'm actually really pleased with the results of the work. So thanks to their helpful advice, I've been able to adjust the settings on the Beogram and clear a fault that I suspect was caused by that misplaced stylus brush in the mechanism. There's a little pivot, a plastic piece underneath the tone arm, which actually raises and lowers the tone arm at the end of the record, and that had snapped. So with the soldering iron I was able to plastic weld that, refit everything, and that's now operating correctly. I wouldn't have spotted that if it wasn't for the advice from the B&O friends, because their Beogram 5000 had exactly the same issue. Using the service manuals available to download at beoworld.org, because I'm a gold member there and proud to sponsor the site, I was able to find all the settings for adjustment, and it was much easier than I thought. As I mentioned at the start, I'm not a repairer, I don't ever intend to be, but I'm really pleased with the results here. An evening spent cleaning and polishing has taken the vast majority of marks and scratches away. The plastic lid and the aluminium platter now have a wonderful shine and it feels transformed. I'm really pleased with the results. If you want to hear this playing, please come and join me on the next video, because what I'll be doing is linking this directly to a pair of Beolab 4 speakers using this innovative new preamp, which has a volume control. So for the first time now we can use a turntable like this directly with Beolab speakers, and I'm really excited about that because that's a really popular question, and until now it hasn't been possible without adding extra equipment. So please come and join me in the next video and I'll explain everything and let you hear this playing. I did mention at the start of the video that I make the cables that go into Bang & Olufsen's flagship Beosystem 7223, which is a turntable, cabinet and speakers that retails at £55,000. Having a very small involvement in that wonderful Bang & Olufsen record system it's something of immense pleasure to me to be as a lifelong B&O enthusiast. So I would like now, if you have a moment free, please, to click on the video here, which will take you to a review of that wonderful system, which is top of my wish list. And here, I'll explain a little bit more about what's involved in the renovation process. Thank you for watching.